Yeah, you can go back to this question and it's easy to see, you know exactly where it is, and you know exactly, like you said, Faith, what the question's asking you, right? So I'm gonna just put a line here. So in your notebook, you can kind of start setting this up. So we circle the numbers. We make sure our numbers are easy to see, easy to use. They're hanging out right in front of us. We underline the question. That way we know what we're solving. B. B is a tricky one. Does anyone know what B is?
Box.
Micah, thank you. Box. They call them action words. Action words or math words, whatever is more comfortable for you guys. A good example of these math words or action words, this is kind of what it's telling you what the function is, right? Maybe something like all together, or more, or less than, split, you know, like if we're dividing, we split them into groups. Groups of, that's a good math word. All together, more or less. So, and again, this isn't a complete list. This is just kind of giving you guys an example. In all, that's a good one you might see. So you want to make sure these words are boxed because otherwise we might kind of forget about them. And these are usually the words that are telling us what we're doing. If we're saying in all, okay, well then odds are we're probably adding, right? Maybe multiplying, we're probably not subtracting. So it's important we recognize these math words so that we kind of know what we're doing. Now, E is evaluate. Let me turn this back to blue. Evaluate and eliminate. So this is, which sounds really crazy, but it's not that hard. You have to figure out, actually, you know what, we're gonna stick with just evaluate for now. That's what I put on your assignment. It means you have to figure out what function are we performing. Are we multiplying? Are we adding? Are we subtracting? Maybe it's a two-step problem and we have to add and then divide. Whatever it is, well, this is the step in the process that we have to say what math function are we performing. And this is helpful because you guys will notice, especially as you're getting older now, you're gonna see a lot of two-step problems where maybe you have to add them together and then subtract, or add them and then multiply, or sometimes you'll see them multiplying and then dividing. And so this is really important as we get older to be able to really recognize like what function we have to perform. And then our very last one is everyone's favorite part. You solve. And then so solving is just my answer. Especially in a word problem, guys, I really like it if we set up our solving as a sentence, especially in 4th and 5th grade. Like, for example, Justin had blank, I don't know, what is Justin having? Pieces of candy. So this is what I've noticed with you guys is that, hard to type and talk, there we go. A lot of times we'll just write, our answer is 6. Okay, well, 6 what? And we're at the age now where we should be able to say, rather than our answer is just 6, Justin had 6 pieces of candy. So that's kind of one of those things, like, as we get older, like the solving just becomes a little bit more elaborate. So I'm hoping we have this in our notebook. I'm gonna leave it here for just a quick second because I know that some of you are still writing. For your math assignment today, it's pretty short and sweet. It's having you go through this cubes process. I will tell you, obviously I want you to solve the math problems correctly, but I'm really more focused on the process, okay? So let me show you the actual lesson today. It's really colorful, it's really fun, and you'll notice I color-coded it. So on the left here is the cube steps, and it tells you what to do. So don't worry if you kind of forget, I have this cubes chart on every single slide to kind of help you guys. And then I made these, you guys know I love color-coded things. We've talked about this a bunch. I made these color-coded. So where you need to circle your numbers, let me escape out of this really quick. Where you need to circle your numbers is green, because circling is green. So you would go through, you would take your circles and drag them over your numbers. Okay, next step in our equation is underline. I only have one line for you guys. If you can't underline the whole thing, don't worry about it, okay? As long as it's close. Box your math words. How many more? Oh, how many more? Definitely math asking us. And then here, what functions are we performing? Highlight them. These little yellow pieces, you're not going to actually highlight the word problem. You'll highlight like, okay, we're adding, are we subtracting? You'll just drag them over here. I gave you 2 highlighter strips per question. You may only have one function, you might have 2. That's kind of up for you to figure out, but I gave you 2 for each. And then down here, like we talked about, writing a complete sentence for solve. Joaquin baked blank more cookies, and then you'll type your answer. These are text boxes, okay? So today is actually kind of fun. You do have to solve the math problem, but while you're solving the math problem, you're dragging and dropping and color coding and doing all the fun stuff along the way. So hopefully that's a little more engaging for you guys. It's only 3 questions. I made these last night and I think they're really fun and colorful, and it should be, it makes the process really, really clear because it's all kind of done for you. You just have to take the pieces and put them in the word problem and then solve. So that's it for today. For cubes, cubes is really helpful because a lot of times you're going to get extra words. You're going to get a lot of words. You're going to get unnecessary information. And I think part of the thing with, I feel like math curriculum creators write word problems to confuse you. I feel like that's their purpose in life. So going through cubes really gets rid of all the extra stuff. Like Tamara baked 75 cookies for a bake sale. It doesn't really matter that they're cookies. They could be brownies. It doesn't really matter that it's a bake sale. She could have been cooking them for her family. So there's always this kind of this extra information that's added that cubes kind of helps you get rid of that. So does that make sense for today? I'm hoping.